Hola girl, it's me, Frida Calho, and if you know me from the libraries, I am Miss Frida. Today on Frida Feasts, I have my stand mixer out today because I am baking with you. I'm going to show you how to make my delicious mega chocolate chip cookies. They are bendy, they are soft, they are delicious, and they are very easy. We're going to get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to sift together the dry ingredients. That's going to go in this bowl down here. Into this bowl, we're going to put 2 cups of flour, but 1 cup at a time. We're doing this so everything gets evenly mixed together when it's sieved through, okay? So I'm putting 1 cup into the sieve. I'm gonna put this aside for a second. Then I'm gonna get the other stuff. So, half a teaspoon or just the well in the middle of your hand of salt. Just about there. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Right on top there. Some cinnamon and some ginger. Ginger, we're gonna do just a few poofs. Just a poof, poof, poof. And the cinnamon, I would say about a tablespoon. Now we're gonna take our 2nd cup of flour right on top. We're gonna do this, get it all sieved together. And now it's basically mixed. I'm gonna whisk it again, but now there are no, if you can see, there are no particulates in there. They all came through on the sieve. And then this is gonna be good to use. Now I'm whisking it together just to ensure that it is fully incorporated. All right, putting that to the side now, we're gonna get going with the mixer. Into this mixer, we're going to put 3/4 of a cup of unsalted but melted butter. It helps with the softness of the cookies. 3/4 of a cup of melted butter. Next, half a cup of white sugar. Followed by 1 cup of packed brown sugar. The brown sugar is going to help a lot with the softness of these cookies. We got our whisk and paddle attachment here. Not whisk, just our paddle attachment. It has silicone. I think I meant to say spatula. Okay, we're gonna put that on here, lock it, and it's not turning on. There we go. And what we're gonna do, okay, the instructions when you bake something, they say cream the butter and sugar. What this means is that you're going to whip the butter and the sugar long enough for it to change into something that looks creamy. Right now, it's dark. It has like a dark brown color. I'm not sure if you can see it, but once you get going for a while, it's gonna lighten up. It'll take a second, be patient. Baking is about patience. A trait I do not have, so I don't bake very often, but we're gonna let this go for a while, and once it's lighter, we're gonna keep going. Look at that. See how it's changed color? It used to be dark brown, now it is light brown. So, at this point, we're going to add 1 entire egg and 1 egg yolk. Having your ingredients at room temperature also when baking helps a lot with the way molecularly everything goes together and combines. So when it says room temperature something, make it room temperature. Put these in warm water before you start if you get them directly out of the fridge. So 1 whole egg into something else first in case there's shell. That goes in there. And then 1 egg yolk. So I'm gonna crack it, and then if my husband could just hold this here for me, you crack it into your hand, usually over the sink, and can usually separate out the yolk. Usually. But because I'm on camera, it's not gonna... There we go. A little bit of mess, but 1 egg yolk. I'm gonna wash my hands. So we have our 1 egg yolk, clean hands now, and about 1 tablespoon of vanilla. What I have here is Madagascar vanilla. What I usually have is Mexican vanilla. It's what I like, it's where I'm from. So, about a tablespoon of vanilla into there, and then we're gonna mix again. You're gonna let this get light and creamy. You're gonna see it happen. Because what you're doing is you're whipping those eggs. Oh, I almost got myself. So, we're gonna let this whip up for some time, and then we're gonna add our dry ingredients, but just wait for it to whip up. Okay, it has been on for a couple of minutes only, and look how it has changed. That's what we wanted. So, I'm gonna scrape everything down, scrape down the sides, to make sure everything is in there. And we're gonna take all of our dry at once. This is not a cake. We don't have to do it in layers. In stages, but cakes do have layers, okay. So, all of our dry into here, just like so. And we're going to pulse. We're not turning it on all the way or you will be covered in flour, okay? So just a pulse. That's it. And then another one. And another one. And another one. Etc. etc. Until it is incorporated enough that once you let it go, it's not going to paint you with flour. Like that. Now, what we're doing is we're just doing this until all the flour is incorporated. When there is no more dry, it's good to go. And look at that. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to open this up, scrape it down again, and then I'm going to add our final ingredient, which is about 250 grams of chocolate chips. Semi-sweet, dark, whatever you want. What we have right here is milk because it's delicious and sweet. 250 grams of chocolate chips going in. Now, I've noticed that there's some flour left behind, so I really got to make sure I'm mixing it to ensure that there's no dry pockets, otherwise we will have gross and not chewy cookies. Okay, put that on again. Just for a moment, enough for the chocolate chips to be evenly distributed throughout the cookie. Now, we're going to put these onto the sheet pans with an ice cream scoop and perfect, like, you pack them, make sure they're packed, because the taller they are, the more time it'll take for it to go down while it's baking, and therefore the softer the cookie will be. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna ice cream scoop it onto some cookie sheets, and then we're gonna bake it. All right, let's put these on the pan. As tempting as it is, do not eat this cookie dough. It is raw eggs. You will get salmonella. Salmonella, what? It makes so many good cookies. Now, I should warn you, they won't last long. They are delicious. So you might have to hide them. Now you just keep going until there's no more dough left. And it usually ends up being an exact number of cookies. That's not quite a whole cookie, but that's okay because these guys have that little extra bit on the sides. And that makes this a full cookie. So, these are going to go in the oven at 325 degrees for 15 minutes, not a second longer, because that ensures the cookies are going to be soft. They're not going to look cooked. Let them be. But first, we're going to put these in the oven. And there we go, they've come out of the oven. They don't look done, but I promise you they are. You're gonna wanna let them cool, but I'm gonna take one of them off, put it on a plate, pop it in the fridge so I can try one with you, okay? One sec. Well, I got one out of I put it in the freezer because I wanted to eat it out. Okay, so it has cooled down. This is my mega chocolate chip cookie, a little bit spiced, lots of chocolate chips, and delicious. I'm gonna have one with you. Buen provecho. Soft, chewy, amazing, and so much chocolate. It is so good. I love these cookies and everyone else does, so I'm really glad that you got to make them with me. I'm sorry. But that was this recipe. Thank you for letting me teach you how to bake something today. And remember, I am Frida Calho, but if I'm at the library working with people, I am Miss Frida. So remember, love one another and be free. Ah? Ciao. Go cook it with that.